Welcome back to this playthrough of Jeanne d'Arc. When last we left, we had resolved the problems going on in Dolmerme, which mostly means we killed some orcs after they burned down our village and tried to assault the chapel in the woods. We also saw the free battle in the Chapel of the Woods. But now, we will be tackling part 2. This game still very much thinks it's a PSP game even when played on PlayStation or otherwise. And you'll notice a few fun text issues with that. But, part 2. Let's see what's going on here. Well, it appears we have to go to the Neuchateau and expel some of the English. Jeanne really wants to get rid of them. Pulling up the menu for Vacoleurs, we see that we have a shop. You can buy and sell arms and items and skills. Menuing here is easier than in Dark D82. We can buy steel swords, should we still want one for Leon. We can buy leather clothing, should we want one for Leon. We can buy a buckler, should we want one. We can buy some more healing herbs if we need them. And we can buy fireball, which we are going to do. We don't have enough money right now to buy all the stuff we want. We normally wouldn't ever buy skills or spells. However, having ranged attacks, specifically magic, early in the game is very good. It's incredibly useful if every character that has even passable magic attack has a magic spell. You have so many melee characters early on that there are some horrific bottlenecks you can run into where you're just doing so little. And since we have not actually had a fight, we have no more free missions. So we pull up our menu screen. We slarv. We watch the Jeanne D'Arc icon in the bottom right. It feels like the second most often sight we'll see is that screen right there. Or it just says loading. We now have two new party members, Jeanne and Bertrand. They are useful until we have other party members. We are once again attempting to kill the English officer. If we take a quick look at what our two new pals are wearing, Jeanne has a lance and leather clothing. He is level 5. Bertrand is level 5 with a sword. He's our 4th sword user. He's the worst sword user. His attack is higher than anyone right now. His defense is not. He is supposed to be sort of a tank. His magic attack is 24, which is really bad. He is Roger levels of bad. And Jeanne levels of bad. Jeanne has a slightly better go of it as he is a spear user. He starts with Luna Spirit and 5 evade. Bertrand starts with Stella Spirit and 3 attack. We will move these skills off of them eventually, but we're not going to right now. Leon's going to sit in the back. Roger, Jeanne, and Bertrand are going to march forward on this map. We start out with 3 pre-placed characters. We would very much like Jeanne not to be all the way in the back, but she is. Roger is going to be at the front. Leon is going to start at the back. MP in this game regenerates at a percentage of your max MP per turn. So if you can boost your max MP, you also boost your MP recovery per turn. There is no specific way to increase MP recovery per turn except by increasing your max MP. Right now we don't really care about spreading XP around too much. The only treasure I know of on this map is over here. There should be one on one of the sides of these buildings, but you never really have the ability to get there and look at it. This part of the map is also inaccessible until you have a character that can jump a significant height. It's 7 at the lowest. And I don't think there's anything down there anyway. So forward we go. Do note that this is a spear user, as are all lizardmen. Speaking of that, lizardmen have Luna Spirit and Impale. Impale is a multi-tile attack. Attack squares in a straight line. Okay, that's nice. It attacks 5 or 6 squares in a straight line. The officer has another copy of Flash Strike. The orcs have Soul Spirit, and a couple of them have Woodchop. Impale is okay for spear users. The problem is there are 2 spear users in the game that we have access to. Here's one, and the other one is just better than this one in every way. So unless you really like spear users for one of their attack skills that will hit dragons like 3 to 9 times, there's not really a great use for him. And the other one is significantly more useful for reasons you'll see when we get him. We also now have access to burning auras. When you attack a foe, behind them you create a burning aura. Standing in a burning aura makes your attacks do more damage. Attacks include magic spells and skills. To show this off, we will weaken this one. Jeanne will come stand in this little swirly sphere. She'll attack, and now she's doing a lot more damage than she might otherwise be doing. And her hitting will pass the sphere to whoever was behind the mob in the direction she hit it, who is Roger. These will stack if you have an ability that hits 4 different times, such as through different rounds of combat. It will pop 1 each time. The effects will stack each time, and it will be used on counterattacks. They will go away at the start of your turn, even if you create them on a counterattack. So if you do not use them by the time your turn comes around, you don't get to use them. Stacking behind each other, not a great idea, but the spear users are up at the top of the map and currently cannot reach us. We'll pull down into a defensive formation and see what the enemy does. Kinda wanted to see Impale. You'll notice Roger's counter-attack damage standing in a burning aura. It will one-shot, and then he'll pop 1 in front of him. Enemies do not benefit from standing in them. It is the one advantage you have as a player, other than the AI being very dumb at times. We also have access to Unified Guard. If we are standing close to allies, we take less damage each time an enemy attacks us. That burning aura right now is a 2-stack of burning aura. However, it is destined now to go away. Turn limits. Turn limits are a thing. Most maps, the turn limit is high enough that you won't care. Some maps, the turn limit is low enough that you absolutely have to care. It is another reason why low leveling these maps is a pain in the ass. You think, oh, I'm 2 or 3 levels lower than these enemies, that should be fine, and then you realize that it's a 6 turn count, and you can't. There's a couple maps where if you go on the wrong side of the map, congratulations, bad things happen to you, and you're going to run up against the turn count. That's why early in the game, magic is super useful. Magic can ignore most amounts of height. It ignores most accuracy reducers. It almost always has a 100% chance to hit. That was a nice drop. and it can be targeted at range, which, when most of the best characters in this game have a range of 1, because spells in the late game get very, very bad. You'll be glad you have ranged options. At that point, you'll have archers, who are like mages, only archery does not ignore accuracy. Archery does require you to be able to hit things. However, archery and archery bow users specifically have skills that say plus accuracy, or will always hit. Always hitting with stuff, always good. As you said, right now, not too worried about spreading XP around or not spreading XP around. Speaking of magic, Heal has a 4-tile range. Fireball has a 5-tile range. If something was standing down here, for instance, we could fireball it. We could not hit it with melee attacks, because melee attacks do not ignore height. Height is a thing. Height will absolutely cause you to be frustrated on a couple maps. Especially with a lot of staircases. Orc Knights do hit pretty hard. This is where we'd really like to have had another magic attack we could give to Jeanne. Flash Strike cannot target that enemy. She could feed Bertrand a healing item. We, however, don't care if he is no longer on this map after this attack. And the enemy will go after Roger anyway, who has 4 defensive boosts and deal no damage to him, which is fine by us. We really do want Leon to get as much MP as possible. We really do want all of our characters to have as much MP as possible. Spamming skills is a lot better than spamming attack. Player phase, you want to be using as many skills as possible, and limit the amount of enemy phase there is. We have done most of the not attacking on player phase we will do in the game on the first map. And it really didn't even happen much because the Orc Knight couldn't actually do damage. He just kept missing. Not going to get to be able to oh, here's Impale. Not going to be able to get to show off spears hitting 2 targets at a time, and I don't really want to put myself in a position for the enemy spears to do that. Impale will hit every character that's in that line, just in case you thought about standing in a line to walk down a hallway with some spear users in it. We are going to pass that burning aura forward to Jeanne, who doesn't need it, but she'll pass it back. We'll start stocking up on soul spirits. Early on in the game, when you don't really have skills, finding out what spirits your enemy has and equipping those to take advantage of the plus damage is a pretty good strategy. Later on in the game, that 10% damage just isn't going to matter as much as being able to attack multiple times or having multiple combat rounds or skills that say from anywhere on the map do something. Yes, archers do get from anywhere on the map do something. All of you will forget about this by the time we get to the map where we get to have fun with that. As we don't have any archers, I am incredibly confident you won't remember that. So, to set up burning chains, we want to spear someone. Then we'd pass it back. He didn't have enough health to survive. He didn't drop any cool skills. Skills, at their worst, are also money. Just in case you need to sell something, you can sell skills. Really, you should be selling old gear. You'll never find a reason to downgrade gear. And Bertrand's gonna take a nap for the rest of this map. There is revival magic. It's not worth using for the most part. We're going to go ahead and use our armband just to get this over with. She has the MP to use Flash of White. Do know that attack skills do not cause the burning rage. So what we can do is Transformer. Set up a burning rage. And then Flash of White deals significantly more damage. And Jeanne realizes what we realized. She has to wait a little bit. And we don't have the MP for Fireball. So we'll heal Roger. We'll collect our treasure and hope it's a good one. It's not. And can we finish off? Maybe. Nope. We'll leave him at 1. And whoever he attacks should kill him. You will notice certain things. Desperation, the axe purple skill, only works when you're attacking. The defense bonus only works when you're defending, not when you're attacking. It doesn't work against counterattacks. So sometimes, if you are in a clump, it is best to just let things hit you and not hit things, if you cannot kill them that turn. Stage spoils, we got a second copy of Cure, which is great. It means I don't have to farm over and over and over and over and over again for too many more cures. Tonics are a 1-map stat boost, and fruits are a consumable item that gives you permanent stats. We feed most every stat booster to Jeanne. We do feed accuracy to one of our axe users. And everyone gets to level up except Bertrand, and we don't care. He's been used in one of the 2 maps that he is useful in. Okay. We are now being tasked to go to Nancy. To get there, we go through the Forest of Fraud. And now that we did the Neuchâtel map, we do not have another free map. The next free map we will have is Neuchâtel, which means we have to do one more map to get there. It is a little bit unfortunate because you would really like to have one chance to get a couple more levels on some of your new characters before you get more new characters. The shop here sells rapiers, which are 3 damage and 10 accuracy better than steel swords. You'll notice the game realizes all we really have are sword users. We can buy some more leather clothing, we can buy more bucklers if we need healing herbs. We can buy Ice Bullet, which is the Luna cold spell, where Fireball is soul. Similar to the spirits, magic is part of the triangle. If they are Luna, soul magic will do less damage. If they're Stella, Luna magic will do less damage. If they're soul, Stella magic will do less damage. And then the opposite is true for doing more damage. Luna will get the advantage over soul. We currently don't have any wind spells for Stella. And we have no passives to buy. So we could buy some stuff. But for now, we're going to Slarv. And I'll see you all for the next part. Have a good one.